Okay, you're live.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Burd from New Earth AC, community host. Today we have Carla Ladd, and she's a beautiful lady that I saw shining her light on our page, and I just love her sense of humor. And also, she works with her partner White Wolf, and his sense of humor is really funny. So I thought, why not have her on and let us get to know, because we've been guided by our guides to get to know our community, because we have this huge page and we don't know anybody hardly on there. And we want to invite you guys to do circles and do different things on the page and just get more involved so that we know each other, so that we can actually be more of a community instead of, quote, saying we're a community. So I'm really excited to have Carla here today, and she goes by Morningstar too.
Yes, please.
That's your heart name, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my energy
So
signature.
would you rather be called Morningstar or your okay, good. So just tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you come into your magic and your energy and the things that you do?
Well, you got about 4 years. My gifting started, of course, when I was a small child, and I've done videos on my own page and different things, and went into great detail about how, as a small child, I would lay there on the bed and I would see like little fairies, and all different things. And then in my teen years, things would fly into my room, and I'd be like up all night because of the energies that was going on. And please know that I come from a construction family, and they are all like black and white 3D, right? And I was like the artsy fartsy child, of course. And I couldn't talk to it. I'd start to say, hey, I'm seeing stuff, or I'm doing this, or even as a small child, I would have incredible supernatural things happening. And my family were, my dad would be like, he was old school, smoked a cigar, and it was like, kid, it's all in your head. It was just a nightmare, right? And and still, so here you're like this lost child trying
Yeah,
to find your way,
I
amongst all these alligator crocodile people or whatever. Anyway, so
I know why I was so attracted to you, because Robin is another host on the New Earth AC that was on with us a little earlier. She is the same way. We were the same way, playing with the fairies, everybody else thinking we're crazy.
yeah,
So I knew I recognized something in you, because my dad was like, "Oh, you're imagining it," or "Oh, you're just having nightmares," because it was like sixth sense with me. Like the spirits would come in and touch me and show me how they died, and I'd be like, "Ah," you know. But don't you
right.
wonder why spirit put us in families that wasn't gonna understand us? What was that all about? I mean, were we up there deciding that we were going to have the hardest life ever? At the committee table, we sat there and went, let's make this rough. What were we thinking? Oh my God. And I know we're starting to meet more and more people that are like us, that, came in wide open and nobody, and you're like, what am I doing here? You know? So how did you
Yeah.
get a grip on your gifts? I mean, did you keep them open, or did you start to not talk about them? Or, my imaginary friend was Jesus. I was always talking to Jesus, and nobody would see him but me. It was so weird.
Yeah.
He's always been with me, but it's just crazy. So how
Yeah.
did you get through that?
Well, so I was kind of brought up, I was like a multi-denominational life, right? I went to like Catholic school, wasn't Catholic, all various types of religions, went to my private school. So I had that wonderful experience. And then, married, children, was into ministry, and I was really felt called to become a woman's pastor. And so started on that journey, and and this is a weird thing to say, but it was like they allowed my gifting in the church community, right? Because anyway,
Yeah,
but
I
when
get
I when I started divorce proceedings, they were like, sorry, you can't continue with us on this journey. So it was like, Okay, whatever. But this is the deal. So as you talk about Jesus, so even as a small child, I would be at a service with my parents or something, and I would have these open-eyed visions, and it was always Jesus standing at the door saying, come out of this religiosity, come out. And that was a continued theme all throughout my life. And even when I was married, I'd be like at the, they'd have like an altar call, and I'd go down there for, healing and whatever, because I'd have all this stuff going on. I'm like, I need help. I'm going nuts, right? I'm under demonic, I've got to have demons cast out of me, right? Whatever. So, but then I'd be like kneeling, praying at the altar. And I would be like, I would feel hands on my head. I would feel hands touching my shoulders. And then one day remember a hand touching me, and I turned to look. And when I turned to look, Jesus was at the door in full light on with his hand on the knob, and he's like, come out. And so through that process, it was like, you come up against the judgment from like church friends, and they're like, oh my God, you're a part of the new age movement. We're gonna have to cast all this stuff, right? All this stuff. It's like, yeah. So anyway, but this is what God's source energy and my journey said to me. It's like, we have a different path for you. And in that different path, and in my own energy signature path, it was like they're showing me that God's source energy is so big, so large, that it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, what religion, anything that you identify with, that God's source energy in the great I am is so big. They made all of it. They created all of it. Everything, every animal, every creed, everything. So it was like, because I would question because of that religiosity, right? And I would question, am I doing the right thing? Am I going? And time and time again, those breadcrumbs, open-eyed visions, and it was like, yes, 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 yes. When are you going to trust us? When are you going to walk the path that we've got for you? A special laid path of walking in your truth, walking in your light. And then it was like, and then it doesn't matter, because when you have that bliss and you have that joy and you're walking your path, it doesn't matter what or who is saying anything about anything, because deep in your heart, in your spirit, you're following the highest light for your life, and nothing can replace that, period.
Absolutely. And once you get that truth in your heart, there's nothing can stop you.
Yeah.
Nothing. And I mean, you're still going to go through people looking at you all side-eyed going, what is wrong with her? She's like talking weird language and going on and on, It's like, what is she doing? But you know in your heart that you're doing exactly what you're meant to do. And that's the beautiful part about it, in this day and age when everybody's starting to awaken in mass groups, and they're starting to search, it's not as weird as it was when we were children. Because I remember when I was a child, I would put my hand on their heart and say, Jesus don't want you to be sad. And I would be repeating what he was saying. But then my mom would tell me that people don't want to talk about their problems to a 5-year-old, The author did not do that. So then that tells you to shut it down. So how I felt was I just kept shutting things down because I didn't understand. I thought I was wrong. But it was like in my 20s, I had this big awakening, and I was like, everything started coming back online, and I was like, wow, this is fun. Why did I put that away?
What do I do with all of this?
I know, and they're still guiding us, and they only give you spoonfuls at a time because, the quantum would just blow our brain, really, what we're supposed to be doing. If they tried to give it to us all at once, we would be just, but they're giving, they're leading us, and that's the amazing part. And to know that you're not alone, to know that they're out there and they're helping you and they're helping everyone else. And it's not all on you. It's all on taking care of yourself, going within, healing yourself. And when you heal yourself, that helps heal the masses. And it's not about, because that was one of the first messages that Yahshua gave me was, it's not about bringing the group with you. it's about going within and reaching the group from within. And, it's like, people kind of get that wrong. They think they got to save the group, and it ain't about that.
No.
It's about reaching within, reaching with the all. And that's been my path along the way. And when I see people who have that spark that I recognize, I'm like, oh, I got to speak to her. So that's what I saw in you. I
Oh,
saw a little bit of my spark, and I
oh,
saw our, and I didn't know anything about your fairies and stuff because Robin and I, that's how I met Robin, was in the same way because I felt a kindredship, and we were the fairy kids outside. Right, we people thinking we're outside by ourselves and we're playing with all the fairies and all the different realms and all that, and all that magic. And it's so amazing that we're learning to be able to share that with others and to help them open up their magic because they all have the same thing. They just have to know where to find it, and it's right in
right.
the heart. It's right in the still point of the heart. And that's the door that Joshua is always at. That's where he's always at. Come on in.
Yeah.
Come on in. Come on
Yeah.
in with me. So
Yeah.
amazing. Are you getting a message?
Um, well, just some things are kind of running by that. It's almost like being a homosexual or any of the, transgender terminal, all that stuff. And it's almost like coming out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Coming out, and it's almost like, because my son, who anyway, I have discussions with one of my sons, and it's kind of like in that regard. And it's just like, it's like, yeah, it's almost like, let's go back to what you were saying earlier. So it's like, we chose to come down here in this time, right? We chose our family. We chose it. We were like, yeah, I want to go do it. Because what? When we come down here, it's like your life is on this stage, and you've got all of your galactic council, all of your guides, all of your angels, all of your ancestors watching the grand performance. That's you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And then in my life was a journey of really being alone for such a very long time, and until really I moved to the Tampa area the first time from the Midwest back in 2012. And then it was like it opened up, and then I was meeting soul sisters and soul brothers, and it was like, oh, finally family. I don't have to. It's like, oh, I see you, you see me. It's an instantaneous recognition on an energy level signature. And it's just like, oh, and you just welcome and hugs, pre-COVID, all that kind of stuff. And it's so beautiful. One thing that I want to tap on with my gifting, I would be at a grocery store looking at eggs, right? And I would just be like, large, extra large, what's on sale, right? And so this is what was a reoccurring theme in my life. I would be in public, and so, and all of a sudden I'm looking at eggs, and I hear this voice next to me, and this woman says, my husband died last year. And she just, and I looked at her, and I looked at her, I'm like, oh, she's talking to me. And so here we are having a moment of healing in a grocery store in front of the eggs.
yeah,
And this woman opens up her heart. Somehow she knew she could trust me with her information. And I'm starting to tear up.
yeah,
And that has been my journey. I'll be in public. I'll be at a beach. I'll be something. And Spirit will say, write this down, go. And then many times it was just like, and it took everything out of me for courage. Just, I was like, I want you to go over and just tap this person on the shoulder and give this message to them. And you're like, no, I don't know if I can cuss. No effing way. I was like, and so time and time and time and time again, it was like, go and give this person a message. And so I have come into the trust and the knowledge of the gifting of trusting when they give me messages. And then, I could be at a Cracker Barrel restaurant. I kid you not. I had experiences in, like Cracker Barrel. And I like go and talk to, say, go to this person and pray over them. I'm like, okay, and taking those giant leaps of faith and then everything around you disappears. And then
yeah,
it's just you and them and God's source energy. And as you said, Joshua and Jesus, and it shows up the angels. And because that's what's real.
Yeah.
That is what's real. And the golden grid that is surrounding the matrix of the planet and us as light workers. And in that golden grid, there's like, it's almost like a beehive or a honeycombed shaped thing where there's like different connections all around. So anyway, I want to share a vision this morning. I was out on the dock at this Airbnb and I just felt inclined to lift my face up to the sun and the warmth. There had been storms this morning. And I had this beautiful open eye vision, and I opened up my eyes and I saw the sun. And right when I saw the sun, there was a hawk circling and I could hear the sound. So I looked for signatures of nature. And so what they showed me then was the sun in all its glory. And in the sun, or excuse me, around the sun was almost this highway, like Saturn, like a ring of
Wow.
Saturn,
Yeah.
but it was all of us in the light circling the sun. The sun is put in the 3D realm as a picture, as a wonderful spiritual essence of God's source energy and love. And it doesn't matter whether who you are, it shines all day for any and all who want to dwell and wake up in that. And as we as light workers, we are like circling the sun at all times, and there's laughter and there's joy, and we meet others on the soul path that attracts unto like, right? And it's like, oh, there you are. Oh, there you are. So
Yeah.
like as someone who's coming out and maybe in the homosexual community or whatever community, and they're like, they know that they find out that they're not alone. So as the spiritual light workers, it's like, oh, we're not alone. And so many of my messages are, you're not alone on this journey, and to trust the light, trust your inner guidance, because it will not steer you wrong. Because why? Truth always stands.
Yeah. Yes. It's such a blessing. Such a blessing. And our hearts know each other. We know each other
Yes.
from the other side. And that's why, it was so easy for me to go, oh, I got to get a hold of her. I love her heart. I love her heart. And mine was alone too. I mean, my beginning path, I'm just now, they're shoving me out into the limelight because uh, I mean, when I probably last year before COVID, I wasn't on anywhere.
And it's like, really, no,
It's
no,
like all
no,
of a
no.
sudden, yeah, it's all of a sudden like you can help more this way. Get out there. So here I am, but and I'm finding it easier and easier as we meet the loving people and the people out in our community, and seeing how beautiful they are and the way they work and how they see the world. Because our vision, if we continue to bring it together, is what creates the new earth. It's what creates everything around us, because it's holding that vision, holding that love and that energy that brings it all together. And it's, when you hear everybody's path, it's just crazy how it ends up being where we're at now. Where we're at. I was that little girl who was afraid to talk, afraid of her own shadow, and
Yeah.
then here I'm sitting talking to people that I just met, which I feel like I've known you forever, though, because the energy is so familiar and amazing.
Oh,
And
blessings to you.
yeah, so if you, what kind of energy healing do you do? I mean, just out of curiosity.
Oh my God. I knew you were going to ask that question. And
It's
I was
hard to,
like,
I know for all of us, it's
I
hard to
am, I
explain.
am so not into labels. I am so not into labels because it's in following that path, that true alignment with source. I think that what we have done is that we have taken the 3D of labeling and we've done this and we have interfaced. Now, some people that's going to register with the new ones, some people coming in, they need that for whatever their insecurities, their fears. They need to know that you're this and you're this and you're this and you're that.
Uh-huh.
But in my walk, and the people that I have been led to, in public and all of the dynamics, a lot of it for me, it just is being naturally supernatural.
Yeah.
So whether it's having an appointment with someone, their loved ones always come in. You know, whether it's pulling, you know, the oracle cards, whether it's signs, you know, it's everything. It's like a full buffet strata of just here it is. And
Yeah.
source, like, because, and this is what they taught me in my journey. I would like start to do this in pranic healing. Wonderful. And it was like, oh, I should continue. It's like, nope, now we want you to go over here and learn this. Oh, am I supposed to continue in that direction? Nope. Now we want you to come over here and learn this. Now we want you to learn about soul retrieval. Now we want you to learn about this. And it was like a full spectrum in my life, because I'd be like, oh, I've got to have the things on the wall. I've got to have it, right? And so in that walk, it was like, when I'd look at that and they would say, look at that. What is that? And it's like, oh, crap, man, that's ego. Oh, crap. Oh, it's insecurities. Oh, and it was like, it was
Yeah.
like, you know, fully, and that's what I'm all about. It's like fully embodying the essence of who we are and being naturally supernatural, because the babies that are coming in, they don't know anything about labels. Nothing. They might be able to move pins across the room. They might have, you know what I mean? Just, you know, they walk by,
Yeah,
and I
good
didn't
luck
have
to the
glasses.
parents. Good luck to
Yeah,
the parents.
yeah. I saw a documentary years ago about light children, and this one little girl, this was like on national whatever television. This one little girl, she would walk by flowers, and as she walked by flowers, they'd bloom instantly. All
Wow.
these supernatural things that these babies and these children are doing. So what does that do? That goes back to what you were talking about, creating the new earth, right? Maybe it's not public school. Maybe this person doesn't even need to have a high school diploma. Maybe it's a totally different route. Now it's a totally different, that whole paradigm is shifting it's going away. And then what's happening? There's new life on all these sprouts and all these, it's all a different format. All it's the likes that we have yet seen. It's the likes and energy signature that I'm not even sure it's ever been seen on the face of this earth. Man, I tell you, I'm getting chills. It's like it's going off planet. It's going into other star systems, and we're seeding. Oh man, this is powerful. It's being seeded off planet from other star systems to help in the germination process of where we as a people, we as a human group, are going into new directions and new areas. And we haven't seen this yet. The planet has not seen this yet. And there are beings that are coming in human form that are going to set protocols and paradigm shifts that are going to enact change and movement that's going to bypass any political movement, any kind of a religious format in any regard. And it's oh my God, the chills. It's going to be brand new. And all we can do is trust that walk and be our most authentic self. And as these signs and as these signposts come along, and truly, it's even beyond breadcrumbs anymore. It seems like on a daily basis, you wake up and there's this buffet platter before you, right? And it's like, are you going to eat this? What are you going to do? Are you going to trust me today? And it's like, and they're teaching us, if you can't trust us in the simple things, but that they have grace, they give you grace. We're going to mess up. Hell yes. We're going to not get it right. Yes, 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 yes. But it doesn't matter because they're in charge. And
Yeah.
all we have to do is show up. And
Yeah.
all we have to do when we hear a thing is open our mouth. Open her mouth. I will drive and I will see a child running bicycle down the street, and I will say, I claim that one. I claim that one for the kingdom. I claim that one for the kingdom. I'll never meet that child. I don't know, but I have the authority. I have the ability
But
to bless my
you are
family.
meeting that child with your soul when you do that. I'm sure
Yes.
that you're definitely, because like when you start working with people and you don't realize how much you're doing in the quantum field, besides being here on the earth in your sleep, you're off everywhere, helping everybody everywhere, because we're so interdimensional that it's just, you can't really wrap your mind around all the stuff that we're really doing. And
Right.
yeah,
And you could help one person, because I think sometimes we get caught up in quotas and like, oh, I've got to get 1,000. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to get 10,000 people watching me. Right. You kind of get caught up in that. But what if you just reach one and that one is going to reach millions?
yeah,
Is that less important? No,
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 just one. That's all it takes. Just one.
yeah,
And that's
absolutely.
beautiful. That's
And
beautiful.
because we're all connected, and so in some way, just one is all.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an amazing
And
journey we're on.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And on the journey in walking in trust, and even in your darkest night and the darkest soul of the night, as because they are shedding and shredding so much that has to go away, like the onion peeled again. You think, oh, I've arrived, and they're like they give you
yeah,
a little bit of time to resonate there.
yeah,
Right. And then it's like, and then because they're the master surgeons, right? They know what it's going to take to get you there, to get you where you need to be in 5 years, to get you where you need to be next week. Right.
right.
So, and it's amazing because at this Airbnb, there was this painted rock, and I felt inclined to bring this in. It's probably backwards, but it says, hold on to hope.
Oh, I love that. I
That no
love,
matter, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying I love that. It's beautiful.
That no matter how many, so if anybody is watching right now and you are going through the dark night of the soul and you feel like you are being cut into pieces and maybe things are just like the world that you once thought you knew and understood is being swept away, please know that as the cocoon, as the caterpillar goes into the cocoon, and the deep energetic crushing that has to take place in that cocoon for it even to match the frequency energies of becoming the butterfly, the excruciating crushing that takes place, that has to take place to even match the energy frequencies of becoming the butterfly. Then hold on. I don't know if you listen to Matt Kahn. Do you listen to Matt Kahn?
No, but I
Okay.
will now.
Matt Kahn, he's from Seattle, and he's just,
Yeah,
anyway,
I'll check them
he'll
out.
he'll say things. He'll come on and be like, I mean, he's all over the world. He'll be like, I died last week, and you're like, I was walking around in my blanket, crying, and I knew I died, and it's like, yes, we go through periods of time where there's peace and rest, but then there's times of that cocoon and that caterpillar of becoming the butterfly, and it's an ongoing process. So please hold on to hope. Hold on to hope. Trust in your guides, trust in the universe that they have you, they have your back, they have you. And let Mother Mary energy, and that's where I personally received the deepest healings, is that, and especially, and I work with the American nations, with grandmother, the tribal chiefs,
Oh my God.
and that
We work with all
tribal,
the same energies that I work with. No
yeah,
wonder
the
I love
tribal
it.
council.
Yeah.
And they do this one process that they showed me years ago, and it'd be like I'd see like women, and I knew that this tribe, they were praying for me, and so they would put me in the middle of a circle, and then they would like wrap me up in like a blanket or some kind of like a blanket or a rug, and they were showing me time and time again that as you get wrapped up, and there's so many multi layers of that, of being wrapped up in a cocoon, being wrapped up in it, and it was for growth, it was for healing to your innermost being. I was brought up with an alcoholic father who was a very volatile, abusive at times parent, right?
Yeah.
And in that regard, and then having to go through that process and going through those doors that my parents opened up, I had to go through the same doors. And then for my own children and for my own self, then I had to learn to close those doors and close the timelines down, close it down, close it down. So new timelines could happen, a new frequency in not only family bloodline, but also bringing us out into the open, into our supernatural family. Oh man, sorry.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
So yeah, I don't even know where the hell I was going with that, but
I know, it's like, I forget we're even on live. I'm sitting there listening to
well,
everything.
we're just having a conversation. Just hello, lovely. How are
Yeah,
you
yeah,
doing? Just having a
let's
little
have a drink to
morning chit
that.
chat
Some
coffee.
coffee.
But isn't that what it is? Just naturally
Yeah.
supernatural.
And that's what
You've
it's all
never met
about.
it.
That's why we're doing these things, just to chat, to let people know, that, our journeys and the things that we've gone through, and that it's not, I mean, it's not all that out there, because we've all had many wild experiences. And I'm sure once you get people talking about it, they can tell you story after story after story of things that happened to them when they were growing up. And, it's just, getting to know our family, because we're family. That's who we are. We're all
Yeah.
family. We're all one. Yahshua keeps coming back to that. I am you, and you are I, and we are one, and we are love. We are the love energy. We are the
Yeah.
light. And so just, being able to have these conversations is just amazing. And I
Yeah.
so appreciate you coming on here and doing this with me. So what other avenues have you done to, like, what other things have you been doing to get out there? I know you do the I am movement. Can you explain a little bit about that? That's not huge.
Bonnie, in my life, I have no effing clue what I'm doing at times. I am just following. Like White Wolf and I, we are like we're not tech swabby. We're just out there. We just step into, I kid you not, it's such an innocent journey of childlike wonder. And sometimes you get like, oh my God, how do we build our team? How do we do this? What's that going to look like? I don't know. I don't have any clue. I'm supposed to just trust them. I'll share an open-eyed vision they gave me years ago, even when I was back in church realm. I was like, Jesus entered Jerusalem on a donkey, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Palm Sunday, oh, singing praise to Hosanna, right? Palm leaves, right? They give me this open maturity because I was like, oh man, it's like, you all have spoken a lot of great things that are going to take place over my life. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. How do I
Yeah.
get there? And they're like, trust us. We'll put you there. So they gave me this vision one day, and I'm shown a stage, and I'm shown, hundreds of people in the audience, and I'm arriving on a donkey backwards. Backwards. Now, you know why? Because if I'm on that donkey frontwards, ego taps in, right? Ego. Oh, I'm going to manipulate this. Oh, I can do this. Not with me. They're taking me places that I'm just going to be like, how the hell did I get here? I don't know what's
I
happening.
never saw it either.
And it's almost like having such a single-eyed focus of them, right? And just let them take you wherever they're going to take you. And for me and White Wolf's journey, and I will speak for me personally, it's just daily stepping in to what they want me to do and letting them take care of the rest of it. I don't know what it looks like. I know the visions they've given me, it's beyond my scope and understanding. Yeah, I don't know how to make it happen, but they do. And
Yeah.
that's been the journey. Trust with me is just learning to trust them and to step into the doors that they're opening and letting them work out the specifics. Because truly, I don't know what the heck's going on, but I'm just called to show up.
Yeah, because, like, that's what we're doing here on the New Earth. We were given messages to start this and to do this, and then after we got here, we're like, what are we supposed to be doing? What are we doing next? And then we would wait a little while and let the community grow, and then they would say, okay, now do this. And then we sitting there going, what are we supposed to be doing now? That's how it's been
We're
organically.
scratching our head like, I think we're supposed to do this. I don't know. Let's just go with it. And that's what it seems
Yeah,
like. Just go with it. Because even if you mess it up, it's okay. You can't mess it up too bad. They can fix it. We
yeah.
walk in
I mean,
grace.
just all the
It's
technical
grace.
stuff. because we don't know much about tech and we messed it up. So now the stuff we had to go through this morning just to get on, it's just crazy and silly.
But I think that's what it is, because I think sometimes we're so dogmatic. And I think at times it's like, oh, I got to get it perfect. Oh, I want to be so right. I want to do it right. Right. I want to be a good little girl. And there's a lot of, it's like, oh, I got to show, I got to get it right. I got to get it right. And it's like, oh my God, get past that. Come on. It's just like,
Well,
no,
they always
it's
say
like
you
that.
can't do it wrong. You can't do it wrong. Just show
No.
up. Just show up.
Yeah. And it's like that trust of like that simple, like a child at the playground and they get to go to the big slide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big kids are playing. It's your turn. There's a line behind you. I'm going to start to tear up. And you're at the top of that slide. It's scary.
Mm-hmm.
You see your parent at the bottom. You know they're there. You're holding on and holding on. And then finally, whew, you let go.
Yeah, and it's so much fun. And
You
they catch
just
you
let
every
go.
time. They catch you
And
every time.
and that's what they've done with me time and time. They take me to that precipice of simple childlike trust. And you hold that space. And you hold it. And you hold it. And then finally there's nothing left. And you say, okay, I'm going to let go. And I'm going to trust the process of wherever they're leading me, because I trust them and I love them so much. And they've brought so much joy and freedom to my heart and into my life, with the people they have brought along my path, to finally be a part of family, to finally know that I have brothers and sisters and uncles and all these beautiful souls out there, that even the ones I haven't even met, everyone, I haven't even begun to meet all of my family members, but I'm so thankful for the ones that have come into my life. And they come in and they'll go out sometimes. They'll come in and then they go out, but that's part of the growth and part of the process.
That's so beautiful. And it's true. I mean, sometimes you wonder before you let go, what were you thinking to get you there? You have these human thoughts. And then
What
you finally
the
have to
hell am
go,
I doing?
yeah, then you finally have to go, I didn't come this far for nothing, and let go.
Exactly. It's letting go.
It's so
Letting go.
beautiful. That's a beautiful way of looking at it. Uh, uh, it's just like that's the hardest part, is being, actually following the heart and the love, and wiping out the duality, and like you said, coming backwards. So, and not know where you're going, but know that your heart's in the right place. That's
Yes.
yeah, that's really learning how to actually see and feel with your heart. And that's
Yeah.
where we're all headed, that heart space where everything is done out of love and compassion for
Yeah.
each other, you know. It's so
And with
beautiful.
me, it's like, simplify it, guys. Simplify it. And that's what they do. It's like, don't, it's like simple,
Yeah,
simple, simplicity. Make it simple. Make it easy. Doesn't have to be hard. We make it hard. We
yeah.
make it, the obstacles. And sometimes those obstacles are for us to learn to
Hmm.
jump, that we can jump them,
Hmm.
that door is going to open for us, as we go along our path. But anyway, just to simplify.
Yeah, yeah. And know that they've always got you. They always got you. And you're never alone.
No.
Never. I mean, we think about our childhood and think about, yeah, we were alone, but really, we had many people, many spirits, many loved ones around us, helping us and help guiding us through all of that. And that's the amazing part. Once you
Right.
start trusting in spirit and knowing that it's there for you, that they're there for you, that's,
Right.
you know, it makes life a little easier.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Hey,
what it makes
Bonnie.
it hard.
Yeah.
But
Sorry to interrupt you.
that's
Uh, I'm seeing things for you. Can I share?
sure.
Okay. So they were showing me golden stars on your ears. They
Uh-huh.
were showing me a beautiful golden crown. There's a beautiful diamond prism. I don't know. It's so large in front of you. It's so large, and the sparkle and the clarity and the depth and the brilliance of that is your energy signature. And I saw Saint Germain, I think over your left shoulder
He's
with the
giving me,
fairies.
you're giving me heat as you're talking. Go ahead.
And it's absolutely beautiful. Now, Archangel Michael on your right side. Ashita muchkate ana galactic being behind you. Ana eshishikana ete oshu oteten and the fairies, the beautiful fairies in front. Ate eshasha ante eti a. Now there's some more galactic council members that are coming forward, leading and guiding and directing you. And as you walk along your path, you're going up and up and up and up and up and up and up, and you'll never stop. And that brilliance of that prism just enlarges and enlarges. So please trust your path. Trust that you have eyes to see. You have the voice to speak out the truth and love, that your message is being heard, that they're going to take you worldwide, that you will become known internationally, that
Ugh.
you indeed, and for whatever reason, I'm having to hold here, and I think it's because of the throat chakra and being and yeah, and speaking your truth, speaking your light, so others can see and hear, and that you're so bright. Oh man! Oh wow!
Yeah, yeah. You turn. I don't turn that on usually because it makes people uncomfortable. So
Oh my
they're
god!
like that. They wanna give you a light blessing for they wanna bless your heart. So I'm gonna do that for you. So it is. Woo, woo. I think I'm on fire.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
thank you.
So that's what they're trying to push me into because I usually sit in the back
No,
and
no, you're front row,
Praise
baby.
the
You
Lord,
are
she's
front
done
row.
it now.
here comes Robin.
Oh my God, you guys are making me laugh. I'm sitting here, I'm eating my vegetables, and I'm having such a great time watching the two of you. I couldn't be quiet any longer.
I love you. She just pulled that right out of me because they were behind me building space, building energy, and they wanted me to give that to her, but I was letting her speak. And they were like, no, 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 you're going to do it.
No, this is perfect. You know, this is what she needed to hear. My God, our Bonnie, she's been like trying to like stand in her power and come out here and do this. And that's one of the reasons why she's doing these interviews is so that she can start standing in her power. That was beautiful. I'm gonna leave now.
I love you. She's on my support in the background. Don't you just love Robin?
It's like jazz fingers. It's like
Yeah,
celebration.
wow. You
Oh,
just, I know that's all there. But I always want to give, I don't know what I do. I
they
just,
do.
I just sit in my, I don't usually have to, I'm like what you're talking about when you go into, they'll say go to a store, just walk to the store because there's many there who needs that keys and code. So just walk to the store. You don't have to do anything. Just walk through. And so that's what I'm doing. It's like my heart has the Christ energy, the love for, but I just don't.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. It's
I just
okay.
do,
It's okay.
I just
And
do
as
what
you
I
as you step out in the trusting process, and our heart gets larger and larger and larger and larger and larger, and that's all they ask us to do is just, and we don't even have to understand it. We don't even have to understand it. We don't. But just following and stepping into where they say, like you said, going through a grocery store.
Yeah, I think that's why they put me with you because they know that you don't have boundaries like that. and they're trying to get me to come outside the door. I think that's what I want you to do. And so they're like, oh, we'll get MorningStar with Miss Bonnie Burd. We're going to make her go live and just blow it up. Don't you just love it? I love Spirit.
There's so much power coming in right now. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I know.
The thresholds.
I feel like I'm like 90 degrees here.
I mean, the Galactic Council, the energy.
So my intention is to bless anyone and everyone who's watching, for them to open the keys and codes they need to move into their power.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's send it out. Both of us. Let's just do it. Let's send out the energy. Oh, so just seeing doors opening, doors, golden doors opening all across the face of the earth. Plenty and bounty, such bounty, such fruition. Such rivers of glory and life.
So it is.
Wow. It was like a Wonder Woman lasso, like the golden lasso of truth. It was like, oh, we don't know how brilliant we really are. We don't know how truly powerful we are. We really don't. And I think that's why they keep us and want us to stay in that childlike faith and wonder, because we are star seeds. And it's like the Wonder Woman, like we're Wonder Women, right?
Yeah.
We're voices to everyone that they're bringing to us. And it's beautiful. And that's why, like back what you said, it's all about family, and it's all about connection and connection and connection and connection. And we're here building, we're standing strong. We've got each other's backs, even when we don't know, right? Yeah. I'll like have a tough night, and next thing you know, I wake up and someone has sent me a light language, and it's like, oh my God, you can't sell that.
No,
there's not enough money in all of the earth to buy that peace and that joy. Nothing. No. That's heaven on earth. That's
absolutely.
glorious.
Absolutely. Wow. I keep got you crying, and I'm a mess. I love you so much.
I love you too, Bonnie.
Forever.
Hi, sister.
You're my sister. That's for sure.
Thanks to you.
Wow. You made me take walk out the door and show everybody my goofy self.
Exactly.
Oh, I love it. I just love it. I feel so happy at this moment. Oh my gosh.
I do too.
So we have to, the whole hour has gone by, believe it or not. So we have to let people know where to find you at. Just, even if it is just to have a chat and to blow the energy up.
Am I supposed to say it? I don't know.
Yeah, just say where it's on the bottom.
I got it on the bottom of the screen for you.
I'm so out of it.
I am so out of it.
All right.
I'm alone here. Like, I'm stuck here in the background doing the technical things. You guys are having a laugh.
Oh, I love it.
I had to come in and say I love you guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Robin.
Yeah.
I love
you so much.
So I hope all of these community chats are this fun. Wow.
I just love the laughter. We needed this. We've been working really hard trying to get this group to kind of get more interactive. And we've been trying really hard to get like the members and everybody kind of starting to do things other than just kind of like putting a post in every
Yeah.
day. Like we really, this is interesting. And so we're going to start having a lot more what we call unity circles where we're going to be bringing people in. And I'm really hoping that you'll come and do a unity circle with us.
Yeah,
Yes,
I would
yes.
love that.
I am tiered.
You could do one of
I
those.
am.
You could do what you
Thank
just did
you.
for me. Have everybody
Mhm.
shine their light. Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah,
so beautiful. Yeah.
thank you. I am honored. Thank you, you beautiful women, you treasured, beautiful ladies. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your heart, and thank you for just getting out there and doing and answering the call. Thank you so much. I am so
And
honored.
thank you for doing
Thank
what you're
you.
doing.
Yes. We feel
Thank
so blessed to have had you today. So we're going to go off live for now.
you. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.